Hey, what up, guys? It's Caleb here, and I've been getting a lot of comments on YouTube, and you guys are asking a lot of very good questions. So I think I'm gonna start making some video to answer them. In this video, I want to answer a question that I get a couple of days ago. I think that person is looking for a new job right now, and then he basically asked me for a email, for a resume template, so that he can use it to design his resume. So before I talk about how can you design your resume, I want to talk about, do you even need to design your resume when you apply for a job? So there are two ways that you can apply for a job. One is more traditional, one is like out of the box way, which is what I use right now. So for the traditional way, you will go to a job site, you see a lot of job listing, and then you will click on the application link, and then they will ask you questions like who you are, like what's your name, why do you want to work with us, upload your resume, upload your cover letter, and then submit your resume. After you click the submit button, you basically a small fish in a big pool, and then you're hoping that people are going to be able to find you and contact you. The second way that I do it is more proactive, is going to, knowing that company's reading the job post, going to that company, finding out their LinkedIn, and then looking at who is hiring for that position. If it's a big company, they must have a hiring manager. If it's a smaller company, you can reach out to the CEO directly. So you'll find a way to reach out to the CEO either through LinkedIn or email them directly. I have a video that talk about how can you find the email of that CEO, link down below. So the second way is what I do right now. I never really apply through the normal job listing because it's just so hard for you to find stand out. It's not about like how good you are with your work and everything. Sometimes it's just about how can you make yourself pop in front of everybody, right? Like that is the way that I found out, a long time ago. There was one job that I really like to get, is a UI and UX job, and then I applied through the normal traditional method. 2 weeks later, I didn't get anything, and then but because I really like that job, I go to their website. I found out that they have another public email. I emailed to that one. It's info at something, and then I got a reply directly from the CEO of that company. So sometimes it's just all about making yourself stand out from the crowd. So that is the method that I use right now, and there are a lot of good benefits of doing the second method, because the first method you're being asked a lot of questions and you just answer them. The second method is when you send out your message or email, you can structure your email to be whatever that will make yourself look good. So think about what people want to know first, right? Like when you apply for a job, what do you want to show them first? So you have the full control over how to structure a message. And I can tell you that resume is not the first thing that people care about. The first thing that people care about is your work. So how I structure my message is I have a very short introduction about myself, maybe within 50 words, and then I show them my work directly. I was like, hey, if you want to check out my work, go here. And then I have quite a few other kind of showcases, case study for people to go through in the email. And I rarely would include a resume, almost never. I never include a resume PDF in my kind of email because I know that people don't usually care, but you want to kind of have a way for people to reach out to you that way. So instead of a PDF resume that I designed, I just include my LinkedIn link, because you basically do the same thing. If people want to know more about your history, they can go directly to your LinkedIn. So that's what I do. Like without a resume, I just include my LinkedIn link. So keeping my email very, very short, without any kind of spamming stuff. Like if you have a PDF, people kind of like, hey, what is that, right? Is it a spam, right? So none of that, just a email, LinkedIn link. And I find that my success rate is a lot higher. So when that way, right, basically I make myself stand out. Everybody will know about me because I reach out to them directly, so they cannot miss it, basically. So that is the way that I do it right now. Basically, when I find freelance gig, full-time job, whatever kind of thing I do, I reach out to that person in charge directly. But if you really want to go through the traditional way, that you have to submit a resume, LinkedIn actually has a function for you to export your entire resume into a PDF, and I just basically use that before, right? When people really ask me for resume, I just basically export that in a PDF and send it out. Your resume doesn't have to be very beautiful design. I know a lot of designers like to design their resume to be very fancy with like skill set and then put some icons in here and there, but it doesn't matter. So I would say that your resume as clean as possible, as direct as possible. Less design. Your design should be focused on the work that you do, the work that on your portfolio, because that is what people are hiring you for. They don't hire you to design a resume, right? So your design your resume doesn't really matter. What matters is you want to direct people to look at your portfolio. That is all that is about. So I think like the LinkedIn style PDF is good enough. Just send it out. That will save you a lot of time, and you have more time to focus on building a better portfolio, and that is really what it really matters. So that is what it's about. And if you care about, if you want to learn more about, your interview techniques, like what are the things that you should be thinking about more, like your mindset, because I think the whole interview is a mindset game. I did make a video a long time ago to tell people what is the mindset that you should have when you're going to an interview. So if you care about that, check out the link down below as well. And that is it for this video. And if you like the content, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers.